Hello everyone. Today we are starting a very important chapter called Judiciary from Social and Political Life Civics. Now tell me honestly, have you ever heard people say, Court case chal raha hai, or Supreme Court any decision dia? Yes, courts are everywhere in news. So today we will understand what the judiciary is, and why it is so important in a democracy like India. Before we begin, let's quickly see what we will learn in part 1. By the end of this lesson you will be able to explain the meaning of rule of law, understand why courts are needed, identify the 3 main functions of the judiciary, explain what an independent judiciary means, and understand separation of powers. So basically, today we will learn why courts matter, what they do, and why they must be independent. Now let's start with a simple thought. If you open a newspaper, you will see many court decisions, like bail cases, punishments, land disputes, big political decisions. So the question is, why do we need courts at all? Why can't people solve problems themselves? Let's find out. To understand why courts are needed, we must first understand one key idea. In India, we follow something called rule of law. This is the foundation of democracy. It means India is not run by a king or a dictator. India is run by laws. So what exactly is rule of law? Rule of law means 1. Laws apply equally to everyone. No one is above the law. 2. If a law is violated, fixed procedures must be followed. Not punishment based on anger, power, or personal revenge. So in simple words, law is the boss, not people. Now here comes the big question. If we have laws, who will make sure people follow them? Who will protect us when someone breaks the law? That is why we need courts. Courts help enforce rule of law. They also give citizens a place to go when they face injustice. In India, we have a full judicial system. That means we don't have only one court. We have many courts at different levels. Together, all these courts form the judicial system. So the judiciary is like a big system of courts that work together to give justice. Now, why is the judiciary so important in democracy? Because democracy is not only about voting. Democracy is also about justice, equality, rights, and fairness. The judiciary protects these values. So we can say, the judiciary is a pillar of democracy. But here is the most important point. The judiciary can do all these things only because it is independent. Meaning, judges are not under the control of politicians or government officers. If courts were not independent, then justice would become impossible. Now let's see what courts actually do. Courts take decisions on a very large number of issues. Some are small, some are huge. But every case matters because it affects people's lives. Let's see some real-life examples. Courts can decide. No teacher can beat a student. How river water should be shared between states. Punishing people for crimes. So courts don't only handle criminal cases. They also solve social issues, government disputes, and rights issues. Now, the work of judiciary is very big. So we divide it into 3 main functions. They are 1. Dispute resolution. 2. Judicial review. 3. Upholding law and enforcing fundamental rights. Let's understand them one by one like a story. First function is dispute resolution. In life, disputes happen all the time. Between families, neighbors, states, and even government departments. The judiciary provides a mechanism to resolve disputes peacefully. Instead of fighting, people can go to court and get justice. Disputes can happen between citizens and government, 2 state governments, center and state governments. So courts are like referees in a game. They listen to both sides and give a fair decision. Now the second function is very powerful. It is called judicial review. Judiciary is the final interpreter of the Constitution. That means if there is confusion about what the Constitution means, courts explain it. Judicial review also means the judiciary can strike down laws passed by Parliament if those laws violate the basic structure of the Constitution. So if Parliament makes a law that harms democracy, equality, or rights, the court can say, this law is not valid. This is how courts protect the Constitution. Now the third function is about protecting you. If citizens feel their fundamental rights are violated, they can approach the Supreme Court or the High Court. So the judiciary is like the guardian of our rights. Now let's understand independence with a simple situation. Imagine a powerful politician encroaches on your family land. You go to court. But what if the politician controls the judge? Then the judge will not give justice. The judge becomes partial. So what happens? The rich and powerful win. The common people lose. That's why our Constitution protects us. The Indian Constitution provides for the independence of the judiciary. It ensures judges can work without fear or pressure. So even if a powerful person is involved, the court can still give a fair decision. Now, how do we protect this independence? Through an important idea called separation of powers. It means a legislature and executive cannot interfere in judiciary. Courts are not under the government. Judges are appointed with very little interference. It is difficult to remove a judge. So judiciary is separate. This keeps democracy balanced. Now let's conclude part 1. Today we learned a judiciary enforces rule of law. It resolves disputes. It reviews laws. It protects fundamental rights. And the most important point, independence is essential for fair justice. Without independence, courts cannot protect citizens. Now before we end, it's your turn. Write the answers in the comment box, one line each. 1. What is rule of law? 2. Name any 2 functions of judiciary. 3. Why is independence of judiciary important? That's it for now. Thank you.